I think we got something special here. Hello. I'm putting bags together today. I'm not going to use my external microphone because this is going to be a long video and I don't want the microphone to die. It might die on me. So this little bit right there. That's how we're going to do it, just like that. Alright. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're going to put this together. So we're going to need some yarn to tie it in. We have to make a decision. Do we want to go with a gray or red or white? I think a white would be good for that. Like this. I think that'd be good. I'm gonna use that string. That yarn would be good for that. Now we're gonna grab our hook, but we're gonna grab a smaller one. Let's go with 3. All right. So we got everything planned out. The more you do this, the easier the process is understood. So we're going to connect oh, I got it upside down than I usually do. So I plan this out so that we make a run. It's all about making a continuous path. But before we do anything, we've got to make sure that our squares are facing the right way. So you got to take your sides that have your tails that are cut and face them up, because that's going to be the inside, just like that. That looks good. Okay, now what we're going to do that's right. Okay, now I'm looking at it. So we're going to start here like that. We're going to start here, work our way that way, run from here to here, from here to there, from here to there, that way, that way, that way. Okay, we're tracking. We know what we're doing. I'm doing this standing up this time because I can't sit down and do it. It's too much. I think standing up is a little bit easier on my back. I'll try not to mouth breathe too much. I'll bend over a little bit, but that's okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab a chair. From here, this chair won't make me bend over. The couch does. I think this is gonna be good. Maybe one day I'll upgrade some stuff. Oh yeah, this is good. Oh man, I'm so smart. Look at that. This is almost perfect. And one more thing before I get started. We're gonna put a little music in my ear. Hopefully this earbud is charged up enough. Let's get a little bit of music. Check the battery power. Oh yeah, we're good. We're charged. Alright. I think we're doing good. So far, so good. So we got that. We're checking, make sure, check, recheck, make sure everything is good. This shouldn't take any time at all. So, my short-term goal right now is to get this bag together. My long-term goal today is to get this one. I have 4 bags I can potentially put together. And right now, this light is on the wrong side. I need this light over here. There we go. Raw dogging it. Raw dogging it, dude. We're raw dogging it. I did make some coffee. I'm gonna put this one square together first though. Let's put this light right here. Proper lighting, not just for video, but for yourself, is essential to seeing what you're doing. Another long-term goal is to put liners in. And all this has to be done at least by tomorrow. Because Friday morning I have to leave early. And I won't have any time. So tomorrow's my deadline. My deadline's tomorrow to get this done. Going to a swap meet tomorrow. Not a farmer's market. So the market there is going to be a lot better. I'm not talking farmer's market. I'm talking about the market, like the buyer's market. It's going to be better there. The buyer's market at the farmer's market was not suited for what I was doing. It's all good though. I went there. I went to the farmer's market with an open mind, knowing 100%, I knew it was not the place to sell. It was a place to meet people it was a great place to learn. You learn from your mistakes. Oh, I did say that I'm gonna get a coffee after I join that, so I'll be right back. Let's take a second. Okay, well, I'm gonna make coffee. I made coffee. I'm gonna make a cup. Make a cup of coffee. Let's see. Okay, 3 sweet and low. I gotta stay focused today. I gotta stay focused. I do have to make some more granny squares. I need to make maybe 10 more. I'm on a granny square freaking adventure right now. Since I'm putting liners in my bags, that's the freaking, it's gonna be the money maker. That's the unique thing about crocheted bags. So the granny squares. Anybody can make a solid square, like a large solid piece of material. But when you make a granny square, it's so much better. And I have this bag too, I need to dissect. That's gonna be kind of sketchy, because if I make one mistake, I'm gonna cut open a square. Just a advanced, a warning in advance if you hear me make any lip smacking or any gulping noises. I don't have professional audio to drown those noises out. Okay, we're back at it. We're back to connecting. I'm gonna try not to stop at every section and explain what I'm doing. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna let this video run. You can see the process. I made these granny squares yesterday. I made 23 of them. Crossing my fingers that my video is good to go. I've checked it 3 times now, or more. I love having my wireless microphone, but you're limited to how long the transmitter can stay charged. I think the runtime is 2 hours. So, to avoid any interruptions, I'm just gonna use the onboard microphone on this GoPro. And I'm definitely not gonna edit the video and do a sound over or voiceover. Because that would take a lot of editing. For me it would. For some people it's probably not much to do. This color combination kind of feels Christmassy. Another thing with the GoPro, I could shoot in 4K, but oh my gosh, the file size is insane. I understand why people put that special note when they're talking about 4K. It just takes up so much space. It's double the space of a 1080p. Like for this memory card with 1080p that I'm shooting right now, I have 4 hours of runtime, but the 4K you only have 2, so that's why I said it's half or double. Okay, I'm gonna have to get on my feet. I do have to get mobile here. I'm gonna close this door so the critters... Are you going in and out? Yeah, you are. Yeah, okay, we'll leave them. No, you're not. You just turn... Okay, you are. Why are you weird, dude? What are you doing? I was gonna close the door for you, but... He wants to play around. Hopefully we can do this without spilling any coffee. You know what I just noticed? My screen on the front's on, so I'm gonna turn that off real quick. Okay, we're good to go. Where was I? Those, then this. There we go. Well, this white yarn is really contrasting, meaning you can really see it. It's like super visible. All right. Oops, I need that light over here. Just like that. We're gonna make our way down. A perfect world for a crocheter or a fiber artist would be a table in the middle of a room and a chair that can roll. If you can have a rolling chair that you just swoop around to each area that you need to be. That, or a table that turns. I know there's one out there somewhere. It's gotta be. Being your own director on a video is pretty it's tough. I was gonna say easy. It's kind of tough. Gotta make sure that your video is lined up right. Gonna try to get this done a little bit quicker than usual. We're gonna focus on the immediate situation right now. Get this done. I do have a list of things I need to finish, like I need price tags. Price tags are good to have. Sometimes it helps buyers. Other times people really don't care. You can just, some people just ask. But don't you hate it when you go to a store and there's not a price on something? Then you just don't look at it. It's like, oh, there's no price. I'm not even gonna look. I think it might be a good idea to move my coffee somewhere else. If you hear me swallow, I'm so sorry. It's disgusting. Okay. So we're making our way down that way. I have to remind myself what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, we're rocking and rolling. It is important to check before you do each step to make sure that you're doing the right step, because not that this is permanent, but if you make a mistake, you don't want to stop and back up and keep on fixing things. It's like a woodworker. Measure twice and cut once. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So those are all connected, those are all connected. Continue down yonder. We want to go this way. I'm being real particular about where I crochet. Outside to outside loops only. There's different ways to skin a cat. This is just my way. It gives a little bit of texture. Sound like George Bush. Texture. Gives a little bit of texture. Makes a little design pattern on there. Okay, put that down, reset. What are we looking at? We're looking at it like this. That's connected. I don't think I need to connect. We're not going to connect those like in the way I'm thinking. I don't need to connect those two together like that. I could though. I don't think it'll hurt. I'm trying to decide on something real quick. I think I'm going to. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not skipping a step. I'm just trying to think ahead. Trying to think ahead and see. I'm going to end up folding this, and I'm going to connect those anyway later on. So it would just not look right if I did. Right now I could use a rolling chair, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Try not to split your yarn just like that. So in today's age, everything is social media. Starting your own business is, you'll benefit a lot if you use social media. If you're not using social media when you're doing something artsy like this, or it could be anything, it could be any business that you're doing, your own individual business. You're your own advertiser, unlike these big corporations that are already set in stone. They got money, they can pay for advertising. You got to do this on your own. So you need to utilize social media as much as not as much as possible. Harness the power of social media. And therefore document everything that you're doing and put it on YouTube. So that's an excellent outlet. Roller chair. See, I gotta move this chair. I don't want to. Maybe if the table was taller. If I had a taller table. Reminds me when I went to when I went to school and I went to community college and I took a graphic design class, and it consisted of maybe, well, I shouldn't say class. I went to community college and I took a graphic design course, and that consisted of about 6 or 7 classes. And one of the classes was drawing, And in the studio, the tables were waist level high. It was really nice. Could sit there and do your work, right there. Nice chairs. Johnson County Community College. I only did, I think, 2 semesters. But if you don't have it, you gotta work with what you got. Okay, now I'm gonna go down this way. I got cats going crazy. As long as I don't have any dead animals coming in the house, we're good. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Alright, let's take care of my back. Let's sit down. There we go. That's smart. We're just joining all these. We get these all joined up. We're going to flip it and join some more. What's up, Oliver? Mr. Meower? What are you doing, dude? This cat meows so much. Alright, now we're at this turning point. We're going to make a turn. Evaluate and assess the situation. Make sure all the pieces are in the right spot. So we're gonna, did I join that one? I didn't. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. Excuse me while I cough, oh my gosh. Just woke up, so all my body fluids are draining. There we go. Want this one together like that. I'm really excited about this bag. I like the colors. These are nice. Focusing on one thing at a time, but keeping in mind there is a list of things to do after this. So I'm not going to take all day putting this together. But priority number 1 is get this guy. Let's get this guy together and then we'll move on to the next thing. I assessed something this morning and changed a little bit of my projected plan. I was going to use some squares that I made yesterday to build another bag, but I flip-flopped some of the squares over so that I can make an additional bag. So I took away some squares from a bag that was ready to be built. So I need to make a couple more squares from the one that I need to make a couple squares for the one that I just took from. But that'll be after I do this. Now we're good. Now we're good. Okay, dokie. Let's do this. Move a couple things around. Get the right angle. Just like that. Now we have those connected. We just did that. A little bit of a shadow. Let's utilize our light properly. There we go. Did I already go on that? I think I did. Sometimes it's deceiving. Okay, I see a little bit of bunching going up, so I'm going to double up some stitches here. So I can tell that the red is a little bit longer than the gray. So in order to bring that together a little bit more, we're gonna double knit and we're gonna bring that together a little bit. Do a couple in the red together just like that, and then to pull it together. It won't be noticeable. Not at all. Only unless you get a microscope and you look at it and you're like, oh, I see your imperfections. It's not really an imperfection though. I wouldn't call it an imperfection. I would just call it what would you call it? It's just part of the process. Okay, we're gonna make our turn. Now I think, yeah, at this point we have everything is connected. So this is a 1 unit piece right here. I don't have any individuals floating around, no individual squares floating around. So now we can shift this together a little bit easier and make it work for me instead of having to get up and turn all the time. Now we're rocking and rolling. So I can maneuver this around a lot easier. Now, if I was not videotaping this for you guys, I would wear a headlamp for the situation that I'm faced with. But since I'm doing a video, I'm not going to do a headlamp on a video. I think the lighting would look weird. It would mess with the exposure on the camera. It would try to fight it. Okie dokie. Smoky, my favorite word I use a lot. Good craftsmanship. The sound of cars rolling over gravel reminds me of riding mountain bikes on trails. That sound, it's almost pleasing to the ears. Like ocean, like waves hitting the beach. It's kind of a weird analogy. I guess it's not really an analogy, it's just a observation. Okay, no. Let's see what we're at. That's what we're doing. Now we're gonna make a turn. We're gonna turn that direction. Going right here, cross that way. Always keep your working yarn to your left. What's up, Oliver? Oliver came prancing in here. He's so vocal. I wish I knew what you were saying, dude. Just meowing. Almost excessively, dude. You're meowing a lot. What's up? What's going on? If you had the ability right now, Oliver, I would ask you to bring my coffee to me. Oh, we're rocking. I think Oliver just wants me to sit down and chillax. Excuse me. Man, it's so nice outside. It's crazy. Got the windows open. You can hear the birds chirping. It's about 60 degrees, I think. Where are we at? Where are we at? Looking good. We're not fumbling. Not making any mistakes here. This is a work of art. Man, this red and gray together is awesome. Alright, we're at another turn. Let's see. Now, we're going to go this way. Yeah, we're going to go that way, and then we're going to fold it. Okay. So let's turn this. Just like that. So we're going to make our run along that route. Connecting this corner. Need the light over here though. There we go. I just need to join 2 squares, fold it, and then we're going to join the edges. We're going to close it up. Using a 3mm hook on this yarn, and the yarn is it calls for a 5.5. So I need to make sure I don't go too tight. It's naturally going to be tight. Alright, we're going to jump over this spot. We're going to slip stitch in the middle, bring the yarn over. I'm not doing an instructional, I'm just kind of walking through what I'm doing. Couple slip stitches. I put 2 slip stitches there. Now, after this, we're going to continue all the way. Actually, we had 3 squares. I thought it was only 2. Just like in here. All right, we're jamming. Two more squares and then we're going to fold it. It really helps when you have 2 opposite colors. There's no question if you're going through the same square or not. Slip stitch, and we're going to slip stitch again right here. If I didn't slip stitch, I'd have loose yarn kind of going across the corners. Tightens things up a little bit. So I got this red and gray. It's so nice. So there's gray and there's red. The beeping in the background is Kelsey. She's on break. She works from home too. Alright, here's our corner. Now this is our flip point. We're going to flip it. We're just gonna reevaluate, make sure we got all the squares together that we needed. It looks good. Looks good, looks good. There's some squares that I didn't connect, only because after I flip it, I'll connect them. So we're gonna flip it, and then we're gonna turn that there, we're gonna turn that there. I do have clips, I could use clips, but I don't think I'm gonna need them. So let's continue this run. I'm gonna run this. So we need to connect these corners. Let's do this corner right here. Then we're going to connect this corner. I'm a big fan of connecting corners like this. I like doing 3 stitches together. It kind of highlights the area too. It gives that textured look. There we go. If you get to the spots where you tie it in, you might have like a little bit of a knot. I'm just running it right underneath it instead of trying to find a single strand of yarn. Just like that. Now we're gonna follow that path right here. Okay, here's a corner. Connect this guy. Connect that guy 3 times. That's connected. Those are already connected. Now, we're going to connect these 2 right here. But what I'm going to do is slip stitch right here. We're going to slip stitch this. It kind of ties it in. Now we have our corner here. This gray to the red. This kind of has a Christmas feel to it. I know it's gray. It'd be really Christmassy if it was red and green, but gray is nice. The red and white. I think it's the red and white. Okay. Sometimes you have to do battery changes. And yeah, we're continuing on. Where were we? We are connecting these guys right here. How many did I do? Oh no, I'm already on the roll. Okay. Forgot where I was. So let's line this up, make sure I'm not going off track. These are lined up, those are lined up. Let's do one here, one here. Okay. I need to pull that red square a little bit down because I think I am a little off on there. Looking good. So let's get the corners together so we know where we're at. Oh, we're looking good. Looking good. I'm tempted to get a clip and clip them together, but I think we can manage. We're gonna get by without them. As long as we don't have any major distortions in the material. This thing is pretty flexible. But you don't want any bunching going on, that's for sure. There we go. Now we're at the corner. Evaluate the situation. All right, we're going to connect those two. That's our starting point. Let's move this over here. I'm just going to make our run down here. That'll be our last section on that part, and then we're going to move on over to the other edge of the bag. We don't need that light right on it though. Let's back it up a little bit. Whoops. Okay, now this one I did not, or did I? No, I didn't connect that corner yet, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Get those connected, and then we're going to tie off on this right here. Let's slip stitch through here, kind of tighten it up. Grab our scissors. Scissors are right behind me. So I'll leave a little bit of a tail, longer than some people, but I like longer tails. Now we're going to jump over to this side and connect that right there. So that side is complete, and we just have to do this side. I'm going to start. Good starting point for this. I'm just looking. Let's flip it over. I think I'm going to start up at the top right there. Okay, we're looking good. We can start right up here on the top. What's up, Oliver? What's meowing? What you meowing about, bud? Alright, so let's find our corner. We're gonna go right in that. We're gonna wrap all the way around. Just like that. Make sure we're lined up just right, and we just go. Try not to split your yarn. Where are we? Where are we? We're booking. Alright, so that corner section is already connected, so we're gonna turn. Well, before we turn, let's bring this over just a little bit. We're gonna slip stitch this right here. And I'm gonna slip stitch right here. Slip stitching just lets me bring the yarn to where I want it. Let's evaluate what we're doing here because we're getting a little bunchy. So this square is going to fold. So that's going to be like that right there. So we're connecting those just like that. Check, check, recheck. Make sure you're not getting too far ahead of yourself. Trying not to split the yarn. Okay. Good deal. Looking good. Evaluate, see where we're at. We're not bunched up. Now we can move. Now we're on the move. Marvelous. Man, this is pretty freaking amazing. Anybody can make these bags. This is not a copyrighted bag or anything. But what makes them fun is the color choices that the designer chooses. It's the color patterns that are fun. Alright, now we're going to flip it. Well, more or less we're just going to turn it. We're going to make a run that way. So we know exactly what we're doing. We know what we're doing. We did our corner, so now we can run it. Split it. Don't split your yarn. It's easy to split the yarn when you're using a smaller hook on thicker yarn. That's no doubt about that. Alright, now getting close to our corner, making sure that we're not mistaking a spot for a corner. That's not a corner, so we're not going to go in there. Keeping aware, staying aware of where we're at. So that's the corner. We're going to just go ahead and jump into the corner right here. Connect those. And then we're going to flip this a little bit more. Let's take a look at this for a second. So that goes right there, and that goes right there. Now if I make any boo-boos, I'll be a little bummed out, dude. Alright. This is going to fold like that. And that goes up there. You just want to make sure that you don't mistake one part for another, because if you do that, you'll end up with a piece like I already have that I need to fix. So that one goes there. Where are we at? See, I might have just made a mistake. That's going to connect right there. That goes there. So I might have made a mistake. Let's line this up. I think I made a boo-boo. Those go there. I think I did. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to back up. I made a mistake. Let's take this off. This happens if you're not aware of. Sometimes if you don't watch what you're doing, you get a little messed up. There we go. We're good. Okay, so let's keep track of what we're doing. Sometimes you got to do that. Just don't rush it. I think I connected one part wrong. But don't worry about it. You can fix it. It's all fixable. Now let's take one step at a time. This one folds like that, just like this. And then we're going to move that like that. So this is our pattern, just like that. Okay, we're good. We're back on track. It might have been my eyes messing with me, but as long as I know where I'm at, it's the main thing. Keep track of where you're going. So I'm going from this point to that point. Yep. So this point to that point, we know that for sure. And you know, if you rewind the clock and look, I probably had it right the first time, but I couldn't get it laid out right, so I just took it apart and laid it out where I could see that it was correct. It just helps me make sure I'm doing it right. I did it once with a bag that I need to fix. I connected it all wrong. I did the whole bag and tied everything off too. I need to go back to that bag and undo it. Okay, now this is our corner. Okay, 100% I am positive that this connects right here. So let's go ahead and connect that. Connecting these, and then we're going to evaluating. We're looking, we're making sure that we know where we are. So this is going, at this point, you're gonna have to make another tie off. I'm just gonna have to. There's no way around it. You have to tie off multiple times. You can't avoid that. I haven't found a way yet where you can make one continuous round without tying off. So we're going to go this way. We're going to bring it down along all the way down to there. And then we're going to tie on, and we're going to finish the other part of this set of squares here. There we go. A little bit of bunching. We're going to crochet a couple in the same hole just to bring it together a little bit. Now, looking at this, I don't think, so I connected those two, I haven't connected this one, so let's go ahead and do that. Connect this, connect that, splitting yarn, fix that, connect that one. Okay, slip stitch it right in the middle of that corner. Just like that, and then chain one, cut it off. We'll come back to that later. We're gonna have some tails to tie in. It's all good, dude. Now flip it around. We have this last section. So we're gonna go from this point to that point, this point to that point. So we have two more edges. Let's get that tied in. So we're going to start off in this corner, connect those. Move that yarn over there. Nice. Split it. Make sure you don't split. If you split your yarn, then you run that chance of breaking off in a spot, because this yarn has, I don't know how many fibers, but if you're only stitching a couple fibers in the yarn, then it could just snap. want all the fibers. We don't want threads holding it together. We want the whole shebang. I don't know how bad the exposure is on the camera if I get really close to that light. I reviewed the video earlier when I changed batteries, and the light was blowing out the video a little bit. Excuse me for my lack of cinematography skills here. Okay, now we're at this corner. Let's get a little bit closer. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and grab that and this. Now we're at the turning point for this square. This is our last turn. Right there. Okay. Now, these connect right here. Just like that. 3 single crochets in each corner. And then this is going to be our last strip. Right here. I think I just did 3 stitches in that one. I'm trying to bring it together a little bit. I can tell it's a little bit off, but that could be my eyes playing with me, but I went ahead and crocheted 3 in that one. We'll find out when we get closer to the end. Just assessing it, looking good. We're looking good. Looking good. Okay. Yeah, I might have went a little bit overboard on that right there, but maybe by 1. We're at the corner, so we're good. Go ahead and connect this guy right here. And this should be our final corner. We're gonna stitch this up right here before we tie off. Let's just check it. Check, recheck. That's what they say in the military. Check, recheck. Make sure it's all good. Those are all connected. Leave those open. Leave those open. That's the opening. We're all connected, so we're good to go. Let's go ahead and tie it off. We're going to tie this off. So we're going to just chain 1. And then we're going to cut our yarn. I leave long tails. I like to have a little extra to work with when I'm tying off. Now for the border, we're going to do the border with 2 rounds of half double crochet. That's been my go-to. Sometimes I'll do single stitch or single crochet, single crochet. Just gonna fluff this out and look at it. It's good. I have one oddball color on the bottom, which I think it's kind of cool. Gives it some character. Yeah, it looks good, looks good, looks good. Just evaluating, seeing what I did, see if I missed any spots. All my corners are connected. They look good. Alright, so the next step is we're going to run 2 rows of half double crochet along the edge all the way around 2 times. 2 rows. Alright, so we need some black yarn. I'm going to go ahead and wind this up. I decided to use black for the border. It's a good neutral color. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. So let's wind it. sometimes the ends here are not very obvious. Like this one, where's the end? I'm trying to find a tail on this here. Might be in here somewhere. Oh Lord, here it is. Found it. Good old handy dandy winder. Okay, let's wind her up. So, 2 rows, half double crochet, and then we're going to make handles. I'm just going to make 2-row wide handles using thermal stitch. Just do thermal stitch. Skinnier handles are good because it kind of bites into the shoulder. If you do thicker handles, from what I've researched, thicker handles won't hold so well on the shoulder. So if you notice on purses and bags, shoulder bags, they're skinny, little skinny handles, and by design they're just made that way so that they don't slip off your shoulder. So we'll wind this guy up. This is I Love This Cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby. I do use acrylic yarn. I've thought about sticking with 100% cotton all the time, but you know what? Can't please everybody. Acrylic's fine too. Cotton yarn, I think, is more, it's better suited, you know, long term. You can clean it and wash it and not have to worry about any deformation. But I don't know how much people actually wash purses and bags in a washing machine. I don't think it's that critical. And as far as being eco-friendly, I'm not that concerned about it. It's a good idea and everything, but like I said, can't please everybody, so just give options to people. Having a variety is good. This way I can have a variety collection of different types, yarn and or cotton and acrylic. Let's put away this. Put this away. Alright, now it's handle time. So we're just going to go ahead and get on this. I'm going to jump back to the recommended size hooks, which is 5.5. We're going to do 5.5 millimeter on the handles, or the border. The handles will be, I'll probably use a 4.5 for the handles. It tightens things up a little bit too. So let's go ahead and get this going. Okay, just had a moment here. I didn't know if I was recording or not. I forgot that I took my red blinking light off. Okay, and for the starting point, I don't usually like to start right at the corner. If you start in the body of it, it's a little bit better to work with. So this is half double crochet, 2 rounds. I'm going to go around this. So if you see parts where your tie-ins are at, it's just like it's a knot. If you can get through it, that'd be good. If not, you just go right underneath it. But I was able to go through it on that, so it's all good. Half double crochets. Yeah, black is awesome. I love black. It's a nice, it's a neutral, but at the same time it's a, depending on what it's together with, it's contrasting. It definitely contrasts with the red. Maybe not so much with the gray. Alright, I'm going to follow that pattern. I'm going to go through this hole and that hole. It's going to create a gap, but these are going to have liners in it, so I'm not that concerned about that. There's a lot of gaps in granny squares. That just goes with the nature of it. Alright. This should go pretty smooth. All my holes are visible. Got good working light here. Half double crochet all the way around 2 times. And then we'll have our handles to do. Now at the top of my corners right here, I'm going to go 4 half double crochets in the same hole, and it creates the path there to go. So I did 4 in the top, 4 half double crochets in the same hole on the top of the part. That's where the handles are going to be attached to. And at the bottom, when I get to the bottom part, let's open this up a little bit. I symmetrically, I'm going to stay at the same hole on each side of this part right here. So I went in there, I got one more hole I can go through. So let's go through that one, and then we're going to look. So we're going to follow that same, we're going to go through this hole over here. It keeps it symmetrical, like the same. I don't want to bunch anything up and close anything off. This cotton's really nice, I like it, it's smooth. That's why it's labeled I love this cotton, because it's freaking amazing. These hooks are nice too. It makes a difference if you have good hooks. If you have hooks that are made with a certain type of aluminum, it doesn't allow the yarn to flow through. So there's 2, 3, 4 in that top part. We're just going to make our turns there just like that. And hopefully my lighting is good. Cats are crazy. Hopefully the lighting's good. Alright. We're rocking and rolling. If I wasn't lining these, then I would really watch the holes. I wouldn't make holes so big. Like at the bottom part of the turn where I'm about to get to. I would probably tighten that up a little bit more, but with the liners, it really makes a big difference. Because the liners obviously are going to be lined up and or lined with solid material. I'll put a black liner in this too. Black seems like it's the industry standard. If you look at bags at shops, most of them are lined with black. Sometimes they're lined with the same color of the bag though too, but it doesn't show up, it doesn't show dirt and grime and stuff as much as white or a lighter color. Here's the top part. We're going to do 4 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Good. Good, good, good. I'm going to hold off doing the liners altogether. So I'm going to get the bags built and assembled first, and then I'll get all the bags ready to line all in one process, because it kind of takes a whole nother setup. I don't want to keep on moving around. If I can keep the same setup instead of having to move a whole bunch of equipment around, like material, I won't do it if I don't need to. Alright, so I'm going to follow that same hole pattern going into that section, and I'm just noticing something. I missed one part where I needed to connect this. Alright, so I'm going to fix that right now. I got one corner I didn't connect, so we can quickly, easily fix that just by tying on. See this right here, I need to connect those two. So let's go this direction. I need to do it from the inside actually. So let's take that, flip it around. So these two need to connect right here. Let's go ahead and do that. It's okay. It's an easy fix. So I'm going to that corner. I just need 3 crochets, or 3 singles. Connecting those. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then I can single crochet, right, or I can slip stitch right here. Just kind of tighten things up a little bit. Just like that. And then we just fix that. No problem. Okay, now we can get back to the black. Check it, make sure it's good. Yeah, that's all it needed. We can clean that up a little bit later when we tied it all in. Sweet. No problem. Get all this yarn in here. All these tails. This one's wrapped around. Let's put that back over this way, just like that. Cool. All right, we're back on track. Yeah, I thought it looked weird for a minute because it wasn't together. It was too far away. And then I noticed that I missed this section. Apparently I didn't evaluate that well enough when I finished everything. It's alright. Just fix it and carry on. Okay, we're at the corner. Let's do 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're almost back at the starting point. That'd be our first round. No counting. I'm not counting nothing. I'm just going until I reach the starting point, which is right here. So we have our tail. I just want to be aware of our tail. I'm not going to wrap that up in there. So I'm going to slip stitch, chain 1, continue on, do another round, half double crochet. So now that I did 1 round, it's going to be a little bit easier to get to our holes. I had holes in our squares, but these are a little bit more even. I don't have to hunt around if I'm getting to that one point on the bottom where I had to make sure that it was symmetrical. So now everything is tied up. There we go. Alright, now we're at the top part. I'm just going to continue crocheting at this point into the top corner. I'm not going to do like 4 in any hole together like I did. I just continue stitching, crocheting into each hole. I only crocheted into that corner on that initial first round. You could do another hole on the top if you wanted to. Instead of doing 4 crochets together, you could do 2 I could have gone 2 half double and then chain 2 and then 2 more half double in the same hole. If you wanted to keep a hole, make it a hole. But there's no reason to make a hole up there. Okay. Oof, I don't know if that audio picked up on that, but my stomach just did a big growl. This microphone on the GoPro picks up a lot of the ambient noise. Pretty sure it picked that up. The wireless microphones, it doesn't do very well on the ambient. Not really what they call omnidirectional, where it picks up from surround. It's a directional microphone. You know, my wireless microphones are directional. This GoPro microphone is more of an omni. Picks up the surrounding ambient noise too, pretty good. That was a loud growl. Alright, we're making our way very close. We're very close. Half double crochets are nice. They build good. It's a nice step up versus a single crochet. They're just like little tiny things. They have a half double crochet has got a little bit of a body to it, so it doesn't take long to build structure. All right, we are making headway. Okay. All right. We're getting close. A little bit more. Really close. I can feel it. How many more sections? Just got that part. Where is our tie-in? Oh, we're right here. Okay. We're just right there. It's like 4 or 5 more stitches, maybe. If it helps you, use clips, markers, so you don't lose track of where you're at. But you can also just pay attention to where you're going. If you have your tail still tied on, you can just look and see. There's my tail right there where I started. So, okay, so I'm at the end. Chain 1, tie off. Well, I'm not really tying off. I'm just gonna cut. Maybe that is tying off, but okay, that's our bag without the handles. I'll do the handles all together later. Right now I'm going to focus on building the bags. So after this one I need to assess what I have for the next bags. I might have to crochet some more granny squares because I shuffled some granny squares around because the color patterns matched better with some of them. But this looks really good. I love it. So that's nice. That is really nice. I like the white in the corners, and the black is going to be really nice. It's going to have that black insert and then black handles. It's going to tie in really nice.